Shalom, shalom, shalom. Hope y'all doing all right. Hold on a second, y'all.
44,000 we have been sent. 12 tribes in the crest. We have one head. Fitted body for the fight. Yeah, we battle bread. Never was.
Check, check. Is the audio working good? Let me get a warning in the chat if the audio is working clear, y'all. Let me get a warning in the chat if the audio is working clear. Let me get a warning in the chat. Let me get a warning in the chat so I know that the audio is working clear, y'all. You got a one? Okay, good. Give me a sec, y'all, because I'm trying to connect all my podcast equipment onto the phone, so bear with me.
Come your sins, it's your destiny. You are his battle axe, heaven's weaponry. You always seek things above heavenly. Never live in sin, bruh, cause you die suddenly. When I learned the truth, I got myself together. Examine myself through the stormy weather. Sirach chapter 2. Constantly endure, overcome temptations, live your life pure.
You said it's cutting in and out on your end? You said it's cutting in and out on your end? Yo, let me get a one in the chat if y'all can hear the music and the audio of the microphone at the same time. Is it coming in clear with no issues?
Give me the strength like umbrellas in the rain. Give me the strength like we breaking all these chains. Give me the strength all through all this pain. Let's do this. Stay in the spirit, not in the flesh. Commandment keeper, living so blessed. Protect your people, give them your best. 144,000 we have been sent. 12 tribes in the Christ, we have one head. Fitted body for the fight, yeah, we battle bread. Never war against the flesh, yeah, we spirit instead. Take heed to the truth of what the Bible says. But my people stiff-necked, yeah, they hard-headed. Dumber than an ox, living like an ass, man. Wake us up from the slope of God, answers prayers. Laws make a simple man like a genius. God waking up the 12, have you seen it? Purple gold on the streets, have you seen it? Trumpets blowing in the air, can you hear it? Christ coming back soon, I can feel it. Stay in the scriptures.
Welcome to the Forefront Radio, y'all. Do me a favor, tap the screen, get the likes up, share the room with at least 10 people, y'all. For those of y'all that don't know, I have music available on SoundCloud.com. So y'all can tune in on SoundCloud.com and just type the Forefront, and you should be able to hear these songs. All right.
Let's do this. We got in the building. Stay in the Bible, not society. I can see in Edom's eyes, this is rivalry. Oppression make a wise man, man insanity. Gunned down in the streets like we damn animals. Bible in my head, got the white referee. Posted camps on the block, reading for my family. Casting down wicked thoughts guns with this hair artillery. Pumping scriptures to your heart like it's an artery. Give the Lord all the praise, yeah, cause he fathered me. Pray and do it forever, yeah, continually. Never ended like a skipping track from the 70s. Read the Bible every day, yeah, cause it's blessing me. Let go the lies, realize we are heavenly. Chosen from the Christ, we gon' fight till the death of me. Raising up our kids in the fear of his majesty. Raising up the dead, waking up from all his fantasy. Stay in the spirit, not in the flesh. Convert your mind to the Lord's, be obedient. Then you see the truth, all these commandments. Bless the Lord in your heart and you know you'll be blessed.
Please take care of you. Want to take care of mine and keep you close, close.
All right, we got our first biblical-based question that just popped on the chat. Exodus chapter 4, verse 22 by Apple R Seed 545. So let's go to it real quick. Exodus chapter 4, verse 22. Exodus chapter 4, verse 22. It says,
This is dedicated.
And thou shalt say unto Pharaoh, Thus saith the Lord, Israel is my son, even my firstborn. Israel is my son, even my firstborn. So now there's two ways to interpret this. According to the scriptures here in Exodus, the proper context is Israel is the sons and daughters of God. All right. Now, in the New Testament, Israel is a typology of Christ. Christ is also known as the first begotten of the Father. So Israel is my son, even my firstborn, is going into the nation of Israel as a whole, and is going into the Messiah. Okay, let me give you a precept in Hosea that touches on the same thing. All right, at many different times in the Bible, when you read, you find out that the children of Israel were called the sons of God. Okay, let's go to the book of Hosea real quick. Hosea is going to say something similar about the northern kingdom tribe. I believe it's Ephraim or Manasseh. Let's go to Hosea. Let me find it first. It's a good question. Let's go to Hosea. Hosea chapter, I think it's chapter 9. Let me see. Move yourself.
Like Thanos and snapbacks, and we taking this rap back. No crackers, no flapjacks, no Becky, no ginger snaps.
Give me a second, I'm gonna find it in Hosea.
Not by power of might, but the Lord is my sword. We go across the world, in the sea and the stores, to tell him who you are. You the chosen people, dog.
Black excellence, black habits, this black medicine.
Yeah,
Everything
black God, black King, black Christ.
Everything
Black God, black King, black Christ.
Praise like Jesus.
Yeah,
Play like Moses. Give them flowers while they still give
Yeah.
roses. Everything
black God, black King, black Christ.
Everything
Black God, black King, black Christ.
These some perilous times, but y'all don't feel the vibes. I want it black on black, just minus the crimes. We teaching the people, telling those who are sick, your conditions aren't fine. We are called to hold the.
All right, here we go. All right, so I found the precept that goes with what we just read in Exodus chapter 4:22. Write this down in the chat. We're going to read Hosea chapter 11. Hosea chapter 11. We're going to read verse 1. Okay. Hosea chapter 11 verse 1 is a precept for Exodus chapter 4 verse 22. Y'all with me? Okay. So we're going to read Hosea chapter 11 verse 1. And it reads, When Israel was a child, then I loved him. When Israel was a child, then I loved him, and called my son out of Egypt. Out of Egypt. All right, put a 1 in the chat if y'all got that. So put a 1 in the chat if y'all got that. So the precept for Exodus chapter 4 verse 22 is Hosea 11, verse 1. Okay, this helps you better understand it. So now, this is talking about the nation of Israel. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you are the nation of Israel according to the Bible and according to archaeology and according to all known measures of measurement on the earth. You are the lost tribes of Israel according to the Bible. Prophecy, history, all relate to you. Now, this also prophetically is speaking about the Messiah. Okay, here's the proof. Let's go to Matthew chapter 2, verse 13 to 15. This is another precept that you could use. Chapter Matthew chapter 2, verse 13 to 15. Matthew chapter 2, verse 13 to 15. All right, thank you for placing that in the chat, y'all. All right, let's go to that precept. Matthew chapter 2, starting at verse 13, it says, "And when they were departed, behold, the angel of the Lord appeared to Joseph in a dream, saying, Arise and take the young child and his mother and flee into Egypt." Flee where? Into Egypt. Flee where? Into Egypt. "And be thou there until I bring the word, for Herod will seek the young child to destroy him. When he arose, he took the young child and his mother by night and departed into Egypt." Watch this. "And was there until the passing away of Herod, that it might be fulfilled, which was spoken of the Lord by the prophet, saying, Out of Egypt have I called my son." You see? So sometimes sometimes a prophet will make a statement, right? And the statements that they make have dual meanings. You understand? Watch this. Let's go back to Hosea. Now we're going to go to Hosea chapter 11, verse 1, and then we're going to read Hosea chapter 12, verse 10. Listen close. Hosea chapter 11, verse 1. It says, "When Israel was a child, then I loved him and called my son out of Egypt." Now watch this. Hosea chapter 12, verse 10. Hosea chapter 12, verse 10. It says, "I have also spoken by the prophets and have multiplied visions and used similitudes by the ministry of the prophets." Meaning what? The prophets that teach this Bible, right? Like Hosea, for example. They'll speak through a multitude of visions. They'll speak and use similitudes, parables, metaphors, right? And when they serve through their ministry, they'll say one thing and it'll have double meaning. It'll have more than one meaning, okay? Do y'all understand that? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all got that. If you're confused, put a 2 in the chat. Right? So we saw Exodus chapter 4, verse 22, precepts to the Hosea chapter 11, verse 1. And then Hosea chapter 11, verse 1, precepts to Matthew chapter 2, verse 15, showing you that certain prophecies in the Bible are double in meaning. Okay? I hope that makes sense, y'all. I hope that answered your question. Appleseed 545. Did that answer your question? Because somebody may have also had that question, so. All right. If you got any biblical-based questions, feel free to ask your questions. We'll answer it based on the Bible using precepts. So somebody had asked a question about Exodus chapter 4, verse 22. Thank you for joining the live discussion. Shalom to you all. Shalom, Yah Israel. Shalom, Sister Essence. Shalom, Sister Jocelyn. Appreciate y'all that join on our discussions, y'all. Appreciate y'all abundantly. All right. All right. So Y'all got any other questions? Feel free to ask your questions. All right.
The truth, you can see it real clear. Don't say a word when we come around here. East corner, west corner, south corner, move. Prophets came back and we come around here. Bringing out the truth, you can see it real clear. Don't say a word when we come around here. East corner, west corner, south corner, move. Prophets cry aloud.
Y'all, earlier today, right? I was watching this video that somebody sent me here on TikTok, and the video was about, it was from a theologian, a Christian pastor, and a motivational speaker that was talking about Black History Month, y'all. And he was showing a clip from Cat Williams, a famous comedian. And in this clip, he was talking about, Cat Williams was talking about how if I was a European, I would pay attention to Black people because I know your history, right? But when you think about it, it's very true because they'll pretend like they're not interested in what we got going on, but they care so much about what we got going on that they'll make an entire hoopla about Kendrick Lamar having people dance at the Super Bowl halftime show, right? If they didn't care about Black people, right, like they profess themselves not to, right, then why the hell are they acting a monk, going crazy over the fact that Kendrick Lamar had a whole bunch of Black dancers, right? So in this interview by Cat Williams is telling the host of the show that he's a part of, he's like, look, these European folks, they know who we are. It's Black folks that don't know who they are, right? It's Black folks that don't know their history, don't know their ancestry, don't know where they come from. Here it is, it's Black History Month, and we're still getting the same repetitive jargon, right? By these theologians, by these pastors who know. They study and read books like Babylon and Timbuktu. You understand? Right, it's for educational purposes only. So those that have colonized you, they know who you are. They know your identity, right? But we don't know our history. We don't know our ancestry, y'all. Why is it that our history is only relegated to Black History Month, right? So Cat Williams said, hey, your oppressor, they know who you are. It's you in America and scattered throughout the world, the Black diaspora, you don't know who you are. The Hispanic diaspora, you don't know who you are. The so-called Aboriginal, you don't know who you are. But guess what? Your colonizer knows who you are. Your colonizer knows who you are. They know your identity. They know your culture. They know exactly where you came from. You understand? Right. How is it Black History Month and many of us don't know that we're the real Jews of the Bible? How come? How? Sway, how? It's because somebody wants to keep your history away from you. Now, watch this. Now, the person that did this episode on TikTok, right, that aired, he made the comment and said, Mark Lamont, a prominent preacher and a prominent teacher, was invited to a church, and he's describing the same scenario to Black people in the Christian church, telling them, you don't know who you are, but these jokers, they know who you are. They called you lazy while they made you work as an enslaved person, right? That's what they did. They called you uncivilized while we were the ones raising their children. Ain't that the case, right? We were the ones raising their children, but they said that you were uncivilized, right? We were the ones working as enslaved persons, colonized throughout the world, and then they turn around and say you're lazy, right? Them folks. I know how I'm talking about when I say them folks. So then what I realized about this discussion was that these Christian pastors are gatekeepers of Black history. Shalom, Sister Angela. Hope you're doing all right. Listen to what I'm saying, y'all. These Christian pastors are gatekeepers of black history. What do I mean by that? I used to go to this Seventh-day Adventist church. And when I was at this Seventh-day Adventist church, guess what? I visited the Seventh-day Adventist church, and the pastor was saying the same thing that Cat Williams was saying. He was saying, look, black folks don't know who they are. Black folks don't know where they come from. But God knows who you are. God knows where you come from. But he would never say. He would never give the answer. Why? Because people would lose their money. They would lose their money. They would turn back from their religion, right? They would turn away from their religion if they were told the truth about who they are. These pastors are gatekeepers, y'all. They are gatekeepers to the truth. Meaning what? When I was in this Seventh-day Adventist church, the pastor was holding a yellow book. Do you know the name of this yellow book he had in his hand? It was called From Babylon to Timbuktu by Rudolph R. Windsor. So he was holding a book called From Babylon to Timbuktu by Rudolph R. Windsor. And guess what? That book tells you the origin of the black Hebrews. That book tells you the origin of the black Muslims. That book tells you the origin story of our people and matches it up with scripture. Similar to what you see me do on the Forefront Radio and other platforms, right? Where you got other Israelites that's teaching the same information, teaching you the history, teaching you the scriptures, right? So this pastor in the Seventh-day Adventist church is holding the book called Babylon to Timbuktu, and he doesn't tell people they're the real Jews. He doesn't tell people they're the real chosen people of God, y'all. You can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up, y'all. So these individuals that call themselves pastors, call themselves priests, call themselves evangelists, bishops, all of these titles they got out here, right? They are gatekeepers of truth, y'all. They'll read information, and if it doesn't align with their theology, they'll say, nah, I'm not going to teach that. And they'll know it. They'll know it. Listen, most of these Christian pastors, I would say about 75% of them know that we're the real Jews. Meaning what? Creflo Take Your Dollar, he knows you're the real Jew. You understand? T.D. Jakes, he knows it. John Hagee, he knows it. Paula White, she knows it. Right? All of these Christian pastors, especially the prominent ones, they see the men that's walking around in purple and gold, marching up and down the streets at the Super Bowl. They know it. They see the brothers in black and gold teaching out in the streets. They see the brothers in black and blue and green and blue and green and gold and red and purple and all of these different colors that you see them rocking out there, teaching in the streets, telling the people, you are the real Hebrews of the Bible for educational purposes only. You understand? Guess what? Various podcast episodes are aired from prominent people in society, such as Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon had to sit down and talk with Professor Griff, and during that discussion, guess what? He was saying we are the real Hebrews, y'all. He was saying we are the real Hebrews, and guess what? When that video was put out, guess what they did? They made him apologize for it, and they scrubbed that video off of YouTube. But guess what? I got the recording of Professor Griff talking to Nick Cannon and saying we the real Hebrews, y'all. Matter of fact, I think for educational purposes, I think I'm gonna go ahead and play that class. I'm gonna look this thing up, and I'm gonna play this thing so y'all can hear it, so y'all know that both celebrities, right, the global elite, they know who we are. You understand? They know who we are. They know our ancestors. They know where we come from. You understand? But they trying to keep you from knowing who you are. Why? Because once you realize who you are, you'll realize that their religion was lies. You'll realize that they taught you lies and misconceptions for centuries. You understand? How you find out that the real Jews are black, and all of a sudden they tell you, oh nah, Jesus is European though. How is that the case, y'all? How is that the case that you find out that Jesus is black, but they want to perpetually teach that he's a European? You can't make this stuff up, man. Somebody lying. Somebody making stuff up, y'all. So Nick Cannon had an episode with Professor Griff, and I recorded it because I knew. Because right after that, what did they do? They made him apologize, right? They made him apologize. They said, you can't talk like that. You can't say that. You can't say that on here, right? That's what they did, y'all. But guess what? I recorded it. I downloaded the video. Then I after I downloaded the video, what did I do? I went and downloaded the audio, the MP3, and uploaded it to my podcast, right? Because guess what? They can manipulate Nick Cannon and tell him not to air it. But me, you can't manipulate me. No. I'm about this Bible. I'm for this Bible 144,000%. So they can't manipulate me and say, oh, nah, you can't talk about that, blah, 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 blah. Nope. So I got to record. Plus, religion can be debunked, and Israel is and will take their place. Right. Exactly. So black history has always been in the Bible. Hispanic history has always been in the Bible. This Bible talks about you, your history, your ancestry. You understand? But they don't want you to know that. They want you to continue in the lies while they steal your tithes. You can't make this stuff up. They want you to continue in the lies while they steal your tithes. So I'm about to open this thing on my laptop and pull up Spotify so we can play the Nick Cannon episode, because I want y'all to hear this thing. So while I pull that up, y'all listen to this song.
Truth, you can see it real clear. Don't say a word when we come around here. East corner, west corner, south corner, move. Prophets came back and we coming around here, bringing out the truth. You can see it real clear. Don't say a word when we come around here. East corner, west corner, south corner, move.
Prophets cry aloud, spare not around here. False darkness tore down, they can't live around here. Kick that foot, be quiet when you come around here. Voice like a trumpet, teaching strong and austere. Raising up a nation, it get real around here. Lately I've been thinking to myself like, damn, my people rebellious, we gotta tell them. Law keepers keep keeping, the Lord won't fail you. Understand us without readers, we got teachers, they can teach you. We got Jesus, they got seizure, misconception, got them evil. That's why we sent to the people, raising up a dead state. Repent from this dead weight, standing strong, won't break.
Prophets came back and we coming around here, bringing out the truth. You can see it real clear. Don't say a word when we come around here. East corner, west corner, south corner, move. Prophets came back and we come around here, bringing out the truth. You can see it real clear. Don't say a word when we come around here. East corner, west corner, south corner, move. My people shall live in a peaceable habitation, safe dwellings, rest in the quiet places. Woe to this war, the wicked abominations, man in dresses and skirts, putting shame on my nation. Woe to these niggas, Sodom and Gomorrah. Sodom and Gomorrah, treacherous lies, the playing is over. The playing is over. Christ coming back and he looking for soldiers. He looking for soldiers. Playing with sin like you play with a cobra. You playing with cobras. Wanting the truth, now the waiting is over. The waiting is over. Christ coming back, he bringing the truth, and we taking over. We taking over. Faith and love God, but his words you despise. You live in all them lies. The truth cut to your heart. Prophets came back and we coming around here, bringing out the truth. You can see it real clear. Don't say a word when we come around here. East corner, west corner, south corner, move. Prophets came back and we come around here, bringing out the truth. You can see it real clear. Don't say a word when we come around here. East corner, west corner, south corner, move. Okay. Now I want me an Israelite. You can keep the Moabite, the Ishmaelite and the Edomite. Magnify my race, alright? I want me an Israelite. You can keep the Moabite, the Ishmaelite and the Edomite. Magnify my race, alright? I want me an Israelite. You can keep the Moabite, the Ishmaelite and the Edomite. Magnify my race, alright? I want me an Israelite. You can keep the Moabite, the Ishmaelite and the Edomite. Magnify my race, alright? My loyalty is to Israel, not Moab, Edom, or Ishmael. Caesar, Bojan, Muhammad, both Bible frauds. I don't want your women or your idol gods. Israel, we define beauty, from a red bone to a dark cutie. You can have that spill to drop. I'ma keep these laws with a Zion ruby. My loyalty is to the Most High. Many fail, but most try. On Satan's team, you got Islam and Christianity as the post guy. In Israel, we're so fly, no bow tie, and that's no lie. God's thoughts are not our thoughts. From the earth to heaven is so high. Is it righteousness to be a soul guy? Nope, and I'll let you know why. Souls to conform to the world's standards, then the world's unrighteous, so most die. You must trust in the Lord in all things. Even when it's hard, you gotta show a try. Fornicators and effeminate men, even bulldaggers gon' show fry. I want me an Israelite. You can keep the Moabite, the Ishmaelite and the Edomite. Magnify my race, alright? I want me an Israelite. You can keep the Moabite, the Ishmaelite and the Edomite. Magnify my race, alright?
Committing hard and shit them. Joining the bow, P.O. in the anger of the Lord, it was kindled. Better come for being joined with her for Isaiah 13 and 15. Have a sword going in you. Execute the judgment of the Lord, so the plague will be stayed and make peace.
All right, y'all. I found the episode right here, y'all. I found the episode. So I want y'all to tune in and listen, right? This thing right here is going to be heavy. I'm telling you. They're playing the whole episode for y'all. All right, so y'all tune in and listen to this thing. All right. It's called Deleted Exclusive Nick Cannon with Professor Griff interview. While we're listening to this,
I like
I'm
to
going to break it down, y'all.
this whole notion of anti-Semitism. The one thing that is an incorrect statement, because the whole idea of a Semite, Semites were people who lived in southwestern Asia, including Northeast Africa and the Arabian Peninsula, who spoke Ugaritic, who spoke Ge'ez, who spoke Ethiopic, spoke Hebrew, who spoke Arabic. Those are our people. We are a Semitic people, therefore we cannot be anti-Semitic.
Men lie. Women lie. But God don't. The audacity it takes to call yourself a Jew. When the curses fit my people, look what we've been through. No excuses for the truth, I'm just being frank. Ain't no hiding in the attic, all my people addicts. Sound like a Holocaust to me, take it to the bank. The ghetto where the Jews resort, look around, it's tragic. Rise like Lazarus, know them dragons after us. Again, they wanna park and back the bus. 2843, real Jews know what I'm talking about. Deuteronomy. Look in the mirror, now integrity's clearer. Been that way since that day, damn right you in fear. Yeah, double fold, tried in the fire is gold, but you turned me cold, left me lying.
So y'all gonna hear during this episode, right? The Nick Cannon interview with Professor Griff. Right now I got some music playing before it, but this episode on the Forefront Radio, you can find it on Spotify. All you gotta do is type on Spotify the Forefront Radio Nick, the Forefront Radio, and then Nick as in Nick Cannon. You put that in the search box and you'll be able to find this episode. Make sure you download it. If you got a recorder, go ahead and record it. You know why? Because you never know when they'll try to deplatform me off of social media completely. They've done it before to other people, where they'll take them off online. You understand? Listen to this.
Bastards dwelling Nash died. Zachariah don't feel a brotherly love, so feel a fire. Won't even spit through the wire. Let my yay be yay. Gon' be flyer higher, watch it burn like underlay. Now they call us BHI. Bearing false witness like the CHI. Against the hidden ones, all I see is lies. Call it red herring, don't want see me fly.
Shalom to you all that's joining on. The person that's rapping, I forgot brother's name, but the music is on it's on SoundCloud. It's a Levite too. Dang, I can't remember this dude's name. What's his name? I'm gonna have to look it up, y'all. I'm sorry, Zuki, I can't remember. I can't remember his name. Matter of fact, I'm about to look it up. Hold on.
Your lies we revealing, so get out your feelings. Your sin reached the ceiling. Your future is kneeling, eventually squilling. Real Jews in the building. Yeah, real Jews in the building.
Real Jews in the building.
The fishes
Let's go.
is reeling. Straight like that.
I'm from the tribe. 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 Let's get it. I'm from the tribe. I'm from the tribe. I'm from the tribes, I'm finna ride. I'm finna black cause they told me a lie. Said I was black just to ruin my life. Feeding me dope just to ruin the mind. They gave me two nations confusing the mind. They gave me the ghetto and giving me time. Locked behind bars, I'm in prison for living. Cause up in these trenches was robbing and killing. Said I'm a nigga, but who was they kidding? Learned I'm a king, now it's fringes and ribbons. Great Howard's war coming soon to their gates. For raping and killing off all the saints. I'm in the pain, no it ain't pain. They jealous cause my God got the black face. They mocking and acting like they really safe. Ain't no repentance for that red ape. It's irons and chains for the other snakes. Always go hard, I never hit the brakes. Stick to that law no matter what the stakes. The kingdom is ours, I'm doing what it takes. I'm from the tribe. I'm from the tribe.
Alright, so this song right here that's playing is from a guy called Nasir the Chosen. If you type Nasir the Chosen from the tribe, that's the name of the song, From the Tribe. It's featuring Zayn, featuring Amasai, and it was produced by somebody named Fuego. Alright. Now the other artist on the previous song, I'm looking up him right now. So I'm looking through my playlist to see if I can remember who it is. Alright, so y'all bear with me. I know y'all like this Hebrew music, so y'all tap the screen, get the likes up, share the room with at least 10 people. We about to play an exclusive, y'all. We about to play this Nick Cannon episode that got deleted off the internet, but we got it here on the Forefront Radio, where Nick Cannon is talking to Professor Griff, y'all. You understand? You gotta put some Israelite rapper charts. Yeah, that's what we do. Straight Hebrew music. You already know. We put Hebrew music. You dig? Alright, so listen.
I'm from the tribe. I'm from the tribe.
I barely ever get rest. It's like I work to pay bills. My people are still slaves. We the cancer of the prison cells. Children starving while being sad. So they feed them a heavy meal. Meanwhile, it's toxic, like the air we breathe. Chemtrails, they feed us rice that's plastic. And they bring AIDS like magic. Johnson, gang wars up in Compton. Murder rates and skydiving, that body dropping. I swear these nations is blind. They Red Sea is nothing, like the shortest person in line. They frontin', we illuminated, we was never the same.
All praises, thank you for showing love. Christianity on Trial is a song that I have on the Forefront. Just tune in on the Forefront over here on SoundCloud and type Christianity on Trial by the Forefront, and you should be able to find it both on Spotify and SoundCloud. So I'm glad you like that song, Essence. I'm glad that you like it. It's a really interesting song. All right. I'm trying to find the name of the first song that was playing though. I can't. For some reason, I can't find the dude's name. But I know I got it somewhere in my playlist. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to look for it. It's not Elijah. It's let me scroll through here because I'm looking for it. on the computer, so bear with me, y'all.
Has nothing to do.
How y'all been doing? How you doing, my Jew? How y'all doing? Y'all doing all right? Y'all know I love y'all. I'm appreciative of all the support, even though TikTok be trying to censor me on here. Straight up. I appreciate everyone that tunes in all the time for our live discussions, y'all. Yeah, for some reason, I'm sorry, Zuki, but I can't find the name of the artist, and they ain't showing up on here, man. You understand? So I can't find it. So let me fast forward past this real quick. 1 second, I'm gonna fast forward this. There's a bunch of music. Here we go. Here's the episode right here.
Cannon's class, brother that I've looked up to on so many levels, from hip hop to the conscious community to just true activism in the streets. A Scott, probably one of the first scholars that I was ever introduced to, with the title professor in front of his name. I'm honored to have a legend in the building. Professor Griff, welcome to Cannon's class.
It's a pleasure to be here, man. We appreciate that.
He's God.
Now, peace to the God. I'm a reflection of you.
Man, so I don't even know where to begin. I mean, we going to jump into so many things, but we usually have a framing question because this is a class, right, and text. And not only do we have new text, a warrior's tapestry that you put together, which for all the young brothers that and sisters that always want to get involved into and it's beyond the world of consciousness, because I'm falling back of using that term, but a lot of people are trying to get more and more enlightened. They get introduced, and then they want to know what to read or what to pick up or what to eat. This book right here is the greatest tool to get us introduced into this world, to where you can start digging a little deeper into some of your other books. The psychological covert war on hip hop, volumes 1 and 2, and so many other books. So we're gonna start in this space, but all of these books are available. We'll just start it off top. How if somebody wants to get your newest book or any of your books, how do they do that?
Well, it's really simple. I'm approachable, and I'm there for people to reach me. Everybody and their grandmother has my phone number. 678-557-2919.
Damn, that's real. That's super solid right there.
That's my cell phone number. 678-557-2919. Or they just go to my website, professorgriff.me. And it's strange how I got the professorgriff.me. I went to go get professorgriff.com, which some dude had it and wanted to argue with me on the phone. I'm like, bro, come on, man. It's like,
that's crazy.
I know who you are. I'm like, well, can we make
come
a
up
deal
off
on
my
that?
joint?
Right. I'm serious. Come up off that domain name. But anyway.
And you can catch you on your live Instagram, all of that. So he's very accessible. And again, like I said, it's an honor. And man, there's so many, because we got a chance to chop it up and build before this.
Right.
So there's so many things that I want to touch on and dive into, because not only do you drop those gems, but you speak in sound bites. So I know, but I just want to tap into the history real quick, man. Like even, going back to Public Enemy, and even in the name Professor Griff, and you being, one of the founders, how did this all come about in, the golden age of hip hop? You guys had a lock on being that militant voice. Where did all of that come from?
Wow. I think the beauty of the Creator bringing us together in Roosevelt, Long Island, and Freeport on one side, Uniondale, Merrick and Baldwin, then Hempstead. I think that area right there, Chuck's mom, knowledge of self, activist. My mom, strong in the community, Ms. Boxley, who is Hank and Keith Shockley's mom, the Bomb Squad. And then musicians around us and other people. I think it was a beautiful thing that they offered Chuck D the deal from Def Jam, because he was there with Flavor at Adelphi University on the air, already at a college radio station,
crazy,
playing different things. I'm at the youth center, martial arts classes. One of those instrumental individuals that was at the youth center having study groups, people getting knowledge of self and that kind of thing. And I think it came together a lot larger than I could put it into words, bro, because it was one of them things where, and I think Chuck, knowing what he wanted to do with the whole Public Enemy thing, because they offered him the deal, not us.
Right.
It was a Chuck D thing, Chucky D.
Yeah.
I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah.
It was a Chucky D thing.
Right.
And then he said, no, he wanted to do the group thing. We didn't understand the Flavor Flav role. Dynamic.
Right.
I guess some people didn't even understand my role being the minister of information. And had to bring the information.
Yeah.
But it was lies. How did that end up becoming a hip hop group?
Right.
Somebody had to have some vision, and Chuck was the one with that vision and knew who to put in place. But the critical thing about this, to be frank and upfront with you,
Right.
I was I choreographed the show.
Yeah.
Put it
The
together.
S1Ws.
You understand what I'm saying? I borrowed from the Nation of Islam on doing the drills and that kind of thing.
Right.
We came on stage with license plates about this big, S1Ws with Uzi machine guns, dressed in paramilitary outfits like the Black Panthers and
the berets.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we thought the theatrical thing was there. It was entertaining to look at, but a lot of people came to hear Public Enemy. Some people came to see Public Enemy, and we would have the responsibility of synthesizing it, and then not only that, pointing them to those organizations. That was
what was so powerful, and to me, like the way I tapped into it, like, and I was a kid, like a kid, 8 years old, 7, 8, something. But to see someone like Flavor, to see Chuck, to see y'all, to see Terminator X, and to understand it was every element of my hood. It was every element of the projects, to where Flav was the wild, crazy, fat, the fashion. Chuck was more of like the teacher. You were more the militant, and Terminator X was the dude with the sound. You know what I mean? Like I saw every element of my hood in Public Enemy. So I saw the dichotomy of crazy, to really hear to you. It was almost like the opposite to see as Chuck being the mouthpiece, and to see the stern discipline, to see the martial arts, to see even the aspects of the nation, and then to see, but you can still have fun. You can still, I saw all of that, and I don't know if that was by design, but it was an entry point for everyone.
I think I know it was by, let me not say, I know it was by design, but there's a grand design.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? It's our design, but then again, there's the grand design, because it shook the industry.
Yeah.
So much so that people around us wanted to then become, a lot more conscious about what they eat, how they think, some of the songs, and our peers respected us. The Houdinis, the Run DMCs, the LLs, even the Beastie Boys, EPMD, Eric B. and Rakim,
BDP.
Jazzy Jeff, and the Fresh Prince, BDP. Right, exactly. Poor Righteous Teachers. So it was a mutual level of respect. A lot of people outside of those people that I mentioned couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
How the hell y'all saying what y'all saying, man? And y'all not.
People say that about me to this day. Like, yo, how you doing this and still doing that? But so I feel you on that.
Like, I did. I questioned. I'm like, wait a minute. He up in that space. How you moving?
Like,
I asked you earlier about your health. Are you good?
Yeah. And even now, people like, because what the documentary we're just a part of, and all, people like, man, you got to watch who's preparing your food for you. You got to watch how you move. And it's not even on something we not operating in fear, but the fact that we speaking so much truth that we just got to be more aware.
Exactly.
And I felt like y'all brothers was aware, and that's what I really want to get into, because you talk about the grand design, and we talked about the neutralization of our messages and in our people. That happened to you in a real way, in real time, to where you were the one that everyone came after when you started to speak. And I mean, I know you've spoken about this so many times, but I just want to, give context to some of these younger people out there, to where Public Enemy has such a voice and was waking up so many young people in our community through hip hop when it was still new.
So now I want y'all to think about this for a second, y'all. I want y'all to think about this for a second. He's basically breaking down, right, how early on, when music was prominent, it was more conscious, right? It was more people using their intellect to speak on a beat and talk about subjects that people could think about. It ain't like today where people just dancing and singing and shaking a butt and all that foolishness. He was going into, hey, how much of the censorship is going on when you're talking about facts? You heard what he said? He said, when you're waking the people up, waking them up to what? Knowing who they are. Waking them up to knowing who they are. That's the major thing right there. You understand? So listen close.
And I want you to talk about it because I don't want to, because you here, but there was
but you have to help me contextualize it.
Yeah. So as I saw it as a young man, that as the minister of information, and like I said, it's an honor to have the minister of information in Cannon's class, but you had so much information and was so fearless in your message. And through Public Enemy, I felt like you were the one that had the most substance and weight in speaking unapologetically, because Chuck had to do it. He was the MC. He couldn't be so out there in his messaging. He had to make it fly.
He
had to be an entertainer. But you were like, I'm just giving it to you raw and uncut. And if you could contextualize it and kind of, because I don't know the entirety of it all, but from my understanding, there was some information that you put out there specifically about the Jewish community that, again, where you were asked to apologize, or the entire group was asked to distance themselves from you. And that was kind of the first, that, as I saw, the divide of Public Enemy, to where they had to go on and continue to be an entertainment group, and you stuck to your guns and said, I'm Griff, I'm Professor Griff, I will always be the minister of information, and I'm not gonna apologize, so I'll step away and be myself and allow you guys to go on. Please expound on that and just enlighten us all on how it really happened, because that's how I saw it, and that's what I was told. But I would love to hear firsthand what really happened. With one, what was actually said, why they asked you to apologize, and I mean, I didn't even know there's some.
Y'all see that, right? Y'all see that, right? So whenever you talk facts on Black history, right, they want you to apologize, right? This is the Nick Cannon and Professor Griff interview, right? And early on in their music career, Professor Griff was speaking facts, and now them Yiddish folks, right, was wanting him to apologize, right, for speaking facts. So now I want y'all to listen to what he's going to say, y'all. We're going to break this down to a fraction.
There's some subtext and some other characters like the Leo Cohens who were a part of that process,
and the Bill Adlers.
And so please just break it down from how it happened and to where we are today.
Well, let's break it down, and let's break it down in small bits where people can actually get it. Like a lot of people that are coming into consciousness, where they are right now. I sat at the elders of the Dr. Benz and the John Henry Clarks and the Professor Jeffries, Professor Smalls, Shashi McIntyre, and a few other people I could mention. Now I'm there.
All right, so notice he mentioned Dr. Ben. So now Dr. Ben is going into Dr. Ben Yochanan, who was a Black Jew from Egypt, from Ethiopia, knew who he was, knew the facts of the real Jews being Black, y'all. Knew the facts of it. And he's saying now, Professor Griff, who was responsible being the Minister of Information while he was with Public Enemy, right? He's making quotes of these prominent intellectuals that know who we are. Y'all, it was way back then in the 70s and the 80s, they knew we was the real Hebrews, y'all. Way back when. You got Dr. Ben Yochanan that's speaking on it. You got Henry Clark. You got all of these prominent intellectuals, right, that we still big up because there's various videos that's on YouTube and TikTok about them where we're quoting these individuals, right? So now he's speaking on that. Listen close.
They're physically there,
Right.
not YouTubing it. Not,
there was no YouTube back then. Yeah.
You had to physically go there, write the notes, study.
Maybe get a VHS tape or something.
Right.
Like
And
that.
if you had 5 of them in your, you making a whole lot of noise on the train. I'm saying.
Right.
All right. So to my understanding, now I want to thank Khalid El Hakim from the Black History 101 Mobile Museum. He had set up a talk with a rabbi.
Right.
This is recently.
Right.
So, and I'm in front of a room full of Jewish people.
Right.
And I'm asking basic questions, and maybe you can help me out.
Right.
So let's look up the word anti-Semitic.
Right.
Who are the Semitic people? And then we're going to get to the public enemy thing.
Right.
So I looked up who is the Semitic people. And there's a list of Semitic people. And anyone can do this right now. You can look up who are the Semitic people. What are the Semitic languages?
Right.
Has absolutely nothing to do with any white people.
Right.
Wait a minute. Say that again for the kids in the back. Dude said, look up who are the Shemitic people. And his response was, it got nothing to do with Edomites. It got nothing to do with those white sea folks. You understand? Because more Shemite people are melanated than the small percentage of those that are the pale face ones. Let me put it like that. You understand what I'm saying? So he's breaking down those groups, right? Like those that speak Ge'ez in Ethiopia, that got the Ethiopian Bible, they're Shemitic. Those that are called Amharic, right? Those that speak Amharic, that's a Shemitic language. Those black folks that speak Arabic, that's a Shemitic language. He was going into the breakdown of Shemitic languages, which reveals these jokers, these Europeans are saying, oh, you can't say anti this, right? Shem, right? They not the real Shemites. You understand? That's what he's breaking down. Because it'll give you the listing of Shemitic languages if you just look it up online. Before the Google, before history books. Amharic, Shemitic language, right? Ge'ez, Shemitic language. Arabic, right? Shemitic language. Shalom to you. Hope you're doing all right. So he's breaking this down. Listen close.
Not at all. So in order for me to be anti-Semitic, I'd have to be anti-black man, anti-black woman, anti-black people, anti-Africa, anti-all of the people.
Because the Semitic people
are black people.
Y'all. Mic drop. Did you hear what he just said? Did you hear? That was the punchline right there. Did you hear what he just said? Did you hear what he just said? Y'all, he just broke down and said black people are the Shemites. Hello. Are you awake? Do you understand what this dude just said? Do you understand what he just broke down just now? You understand? He just said, you're the real Hebrews of the Bible. Y'all, this the reason why. After that interview, they pulled that thing off of the internet. They pulled that video off of YouTube. You can't find it on YouTube no more. Because guess what? The Jews are black. Hey.
So y'all get that clarity. We're going to say that again. Now, the Semitic people are black people.
So I cannot be anti-Semitic. Now, what do they really use the phrase anti-Semitic to do? That's the thing.
To divide us.
Exactly.
Right.
So they put this title on you, anti-Semitic, and then they neutralize you.
Right.
Separated me from the group.
Right.
Say he's a Jew hater. He hate white people. He hate gay people. He hate all white people with freckles and red hair, whatever. Right. And they put that on me, which I never said these things.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? I just ran down the history given to me by my elders. And anybody could read this for themselves. Right. So it ain't a Professor Griff hating people thing.
Right.
Now, closer to what happened with the public enemy thing, the brother by the name of James Baum, one of the X1Ws in the group, gave me some information because he was in touch with the research department of the Nation of Islam in Boston.
Right.
Got the information, and we talk about the secret relationship between blacks and Jews.
Right.
It was a manual. It wasn't even a book then.
Right. Wow.
I got it. I went to Kinko's so I can get me a copy.
Right.
The brother recognized me. Oh, you that dude from Public Enemy, man.
Right.
For real. I said, yeah, bro, I got to get to this thing because I was the road manager, so I was responsible for everything.
Right.
I gave it to him. The brother gave me a copy, but he made himself a copy also.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's a violation, but cool,
Yeah.
bro.
But
Whoever
he
you are.
He wanted some information.
He wanted some
He
information.
was hungry. He was thirsty.
Exactly. Okay. When I seen the brother again, dude gave me a box of them. And I gave James back his. So I read it. So now the spokespeople for the group, me and Chuck, we did all the interviews.
Right.
We sat down. We went to DC. We were doing the interview that day, and it wasn't even my interview.
Right.
Chuck's interview, he didn't want to do it.
Right.
So I sat down with him. Now, mind you, I'm the Minister of Information.
Right.
I got 2 suitcases now.
Right.
I used to carry with 2 suitcases full of books.
Right. Right.
And so I laid them all out on the table. So when I went into the interview, I was ready.
Right.
First question he asked is
Just like this, how we just got it laid out.
Exactly. Who controls the music industry? Well, what more am I supposed to say? You understand? I laid out the names, people, the organizations they belong to. I laid it out. Now, mind you, this is not coming from Professor Griffith. I wasn't hating nobody that day.
And was it in that statement? Was it just like was it white people, Jewish people, white supremacy? Like was it more just like you just kind of just you weren't saying a hateful statement. You were just saying this is who controls it.
I laid out the names.
Right. Oh, so you specifically
you
said people's names.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
People's names.
At that time, because this was what, 80, 89, 90?
Yeah, about 80, 89, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And you just said people's names. And
I laid it out, and
right.
I showed them the books.
Right.
And I looked it up and showed it to them. This paragraph says this. These people control film industry, TV,
right,
music industry.
And as we know right now,
these are the players.
When we talk about media, there's 6 major corporations that control all of media. Exactly. This is beyond the music.
Yo, what did he just say? So this recording was from 2020, y'all, right? Where they said 6 media companies control everything. Do you see how y'all got on TikTok, right? How major corporations now are on TikTok. Like a year or 2 ago, they weren't really there. But why, when I scroll through TikTok, I'm getting news feeds from Fox. I'm getting news feeds from ABC. You understand? I'm getting news feeds from all of these major mainstream corporations, and they get millions of views, y'all. Because they want to control the flow of information. They want to control the flow. That's the punchline right there. You understand? They want to control the flow of information. And you see why they fired Nick Cannon. Yeah, he was taken off of Viacom real quick. Real fast, faster than the 3. Internet, my podcast device just came off. Give me 1 second, y'all. I gotta put a new battery in. I just bought new batteries and the batteries already went out. 1 second, y'all. Tell me how you buy new batteries and the batteries come out the box and the batteries are done. Stop buying stuff from Chinese people, y'all. Stop buying stuff from Chinese people. They will sell you a package of batteries and the batteries is 5 years old. Damn it. You can't make this stuff up. You can't. Whole podcast equipment is battery powered. I'm connecting my my cord into the computer so it can work, and if it ain't connected to power, it's not gonna work. So it's battery and plug in. The plug don't work. Man, you can't make this stuff up. The plug don't work, and the batteries went dead. And I just bought it like 2 days. When did I buy these batteries, man? Like 2 days ago. Damn. Bought the battery 2 days ago. Nah, I had rechargeable batteries, but the problem is here in Africa, my plugs don't work properly. So I got United States plugs, and I was trying to plug in the United States plugs into African outlets. Hit something and power just go off. All right. Check. All right, let me get a one in the chat if y'all can hear me. Y'all hear the baby in the back, so forgive me. All right, let me get a one in the chat if the audio is good. Let me get a one in the chat if the audio is good. Got to gird up before the battle. Yeah, man. You already know. All right, here we go. Listen close.
Music industry, and this is, you were laying that construct down back then and naming names, calling them to the
Exactly.
table.
So those that's just joining in the room, we're basically we're playing right now an exclusive interview of Nick Cannon with Professor Griff. This was from 2020. This episode reveals the fact that Nick Cannon and Professor Griff already know that the real Hebrews of the Bible are black people, right? This interview that was done in 2020 was ripped off the internet. They fired Nick Cannon off of that, like he lost contracts and all of that stuff. And guess what? Every major celebrity, right, that tells us that we're the Israelites, because I got another interview where I recorded different celebrities like Fantasia, Nick Cannon, saying that the Jews are black, y'all, right? And we're covering it so y'all can see the truth that what we're teaching on the Forefront Radio is not new information. It's new for those that are just sleep at the wheel, y'all, right? Because y'all, your colonizer knows who you are. It's you that don't know who you are. You understand? All right, listen. This is Nick Cannon talking to Professor Griff.
But even as we speak, we sit right here today, there's 6 major corporations that control everything that is delivered to you as we speak.
Exactly. So I laid that conversation.
Right.
It was about the music industry. The first 20 minutes of the conversation, we was laughing, joking, dapping each other up,
Right.
tucking.
Right.
His girlfriend walked in.
Mm.
We were talking about David Mills now, who
Right.
dropped dead on a movie set.
Right.
His girlfriend walks in, and his girlfriend's white and Jewish. Well, I'm from Roseville, Long Island. We don't have no experience with white people like that. So I'm like,
except for Howard Stern.
exactly, right. Exactly. So when she came and sat down, the complexion of the conversation changed.
Mm.
It became more, and I'm like, you
Right.
see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A couple of times he even pressed the pause button on the cassette.
Yeah,
recorder.
that privilege starts speaking. And
right. So now he had to change his tone because now the white Jewish girlfriend is sitting next to him.
Right.
And she's getting offended
by
me calling out the Cohens and the Moskowitz and the blacks and the
right.
And I'm like, okay, but still no hatred involved. I'm just laying the history out.
Yeah, we're just speaking facts.
When I finished the interview, he admitted and said to himself, you know something, this is the kind of stuff that can get you in a lot of trouble. And I'm like, now keep in mind now, I'm in my 20s.
Just like these conversations.
No, exactly. Exactly.
But fearless is. So, and you just saying what you're saying. You speaking facts.
Exactly.
There's no.
So y'all hear that, right? Freedom of speech, except if you're black, right? This was the same conversation that got Nick Cannon fired from his job as a radio host. Y'all see that? This is the same conversation. When you say black people are the real Jews of the Bible, now you got people making phone calls. Now you got people that's going and censor. You listen, there's this dude, right, that went and made a movie. His movie, right, got shut down by the news media. Listen to what I'm saying, y'all. Listen to what I'm saying, y'all. Listen. His movie, right? The movie that he did was taken off the movie theaters. I'm talking about they were in the theater, made the contract, said they're gonna air it, was selling tickets to the movie. As soon as it was opening night, a phone call was made to the executive of the movie theater. It was like, y'all, you can't play this movie. Why? Because the movie was called Hebrews to Negroes. Don't play that movie. Don't play no movie called Hebrews to Negroes. Why? Especially not in a country full of black people. Oh no. Why? Because then it'll wake them up. Your colonizer don't want people to know who you are, nor do they want you to know who you are. You understand? You better wake up, y'all. This truth is amazing. Knowing who you are is amazing.
Reason to be scared of anything when you're speaking the truth.
So I left that interview with what you just said with that.
Right.
And he faxed it to the Village Voice in New
Mm,
York.
right.
Front page blew up. It went out, and it's like Professor Griff, anti-Semitic, blah 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 blah, whatever. And when I first told Chuck, he said, "So what? You told the truth. The truth is the truth."
Right.
Everybody's gung ho. Yeah,
Yeah.
Griff dapping me
Just
up,
what we saying right
hoisting
here.
me up on their shoulders.
Yeah.
A week or two later, I'm the boogeyman. I'm the bad man. I'm the this, that, and the other.
Griff,
I'm
we gotta
breaking the-
separate ourselves.
Exactly, and I didn't understand it.
Right.
One of your friends tell you who you fought with, who you ate with, broke bread with.
Right.
You know, how do you do it? Then a group of friends tell you who you fought with, who you ate with, broke bread with.
Right.
You know, how do you do it? Then a group of brothers that I came up with the S1Ws, who, you know, we did everything together.
Fact.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the Public Enemy thing was Chuck and Flav, who was actually signed. Then it was me and Terminator, the Public Enemy Live thing.
Right.
Constitutes Public Enemy. I brought the S1Ws.
Right.
When you talk about the money situation, it was Chuck and Flav, of course, then me and Terminator, and then check this out. Out of my little money, I cut it up and paid them.
Wow. So it wasn't about the bread at all.
It wasn't about the bread at all, because Chuck said, 2 years in, we out. We said, cool, let's shake the industry up and get out.
Yeah, y'all wasn't looking for, and that's the thing what people got to understand too, especially back then. Hip hop wasn't about money.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And the only place where you actually could make money, because the hands that
Had
were
it on
speaking
lock.
they had it on lock. It
Exactly.
was slavery. Let's just keep it what it was.
Wait a minute. He just said, right? The folks that was dishing out the money, right, for putting out music was them folks. Y'all know what I mean when I say them folks, right? And this celebrity, known as Nick Cannon and Professor Griff, we're having a discussion about the real Hebrews being melanated people, right? And what did they do? They said, hey, you're going to have to betray your own brother, right? That's what he was just sharing. He was sharing the fact that those same individuals that was paying a check was telling him to separate from his own brothers, that they couldn't rock with him no more because he was speaking the facts on black people being a real Hebrews. Y'all, when you speak this truth, you're going to have people that degrade you, demean you, speak evil of you. They're going to call you a heretic. They're going to do all of this stuff. Because guess what? They're gatekeepers of the truth, y'all. You will have every Black History Month where black theologians say, who are you, black people? Who are you? What is the history of captivity? And they'll sprinkle some truth on you, and they won't tell you the truth that you are the real Hebrews of the Bible. You understand? That's what's going on, y'all, in 2025. Still to this day, people in La La Land calling each other a color in the crayon box. This one is white tea. This one is yeller. This one is a Negro. Y'all, we got to wake up and smell the coffee. People have ancestors. People have forefathers. You ain't got no forefather named Black. You ain't got no forefather named Indios. You ain't got no forefather named Latino or Hispanic. Our forefather is Jacob. Our forefather is Abraham. We are the real Shemitic people, Afro-Hebraic people, y'all. Wake up. All right, listen.
But live is where you could make money.
And that's right.
That's from the blues days all the way to today.
Exactly.
Where you seeing all these cats with all these diamonds and all that. That's because they getting 50,000 a night.
Exactly.
That's because, and back then it was 1,000 a night, maybe.
Thank you. And we're on a van driving ourselves.
Right. And it's 20 of y'all.
Right.
Splitting up $1,000 a night.
Exactly. So that's the real of it. And the whole idea of separating myself from these cats prematurely that we came up. Now let's keep the timeline in mind.
Yeah.
80 in the 86, 87, the album's out.
Right.
All right. So 89 would have been it. That's
Right.
it. We're done.
Done. Because y'all was only set out to do Public Enemy for 2 years.
That's it.
Right.
So I was on time and I was on point.
You was right there where it was
called
supposed
the
to
players out. I shook the
be.
industry up.
Divinity. The universe.
But now I'm the bad man.
Yeah.
Now I'm hated now because I told the truth.
Right.
How do you walk around with that in your chest, Nick? How do you do that?
Yeah.
How do you walk around with now, but because I'm the bad guy in the group, I messed it up for everyone, so to speak. I'm like, whoa.
Right.
This is not what we discussed in my mom's basement, in Miss Boxley's basement, in the
Right.
garage,
Right.
at 510 South Franklin. This is not what we discussed. We was gonna get in, shake it up, and we out. And so now I'm here. We didn't want to shake it up that bad. I'm like, come on, bruh.
Right.
Oh, so
And it was
hold
just
up.
a simple
It
conversation.
was a simple conversation like we're having right now, bro.
And then, you know what? And because this is one of the reasons why I feel honored to speak with you, but I feel like it's so prevalent and so on time, is because what we're dealing with the Honorable Minister Farrakhan being silenced on Facebook and other platforms.
Right. Neutralized.
Neutralized.
Right.
Which COINTELPRO is still active to
Exactly.
this day. And COINTELPRO, for the young people that don't know, the counterintelligence program. And when you say counter, it's like because we have so much intelligence and information, they want to counter that by destroying us, by neutralizing us, by silencing us. So what we're speaking of today, because they attempted to silence Minister Farrakhan right now, which is COINTELPRO actions and activations, and they did the exact same thing to you. Why? And this is just a question that I have, and even coming from the aspect of if the true children of Israel, if we're speaking of the Jewish community, if we're speaking of the Abrahamic faiths that Islam comes from, that Judaism comes from, that Christianity comes from, all comes from Abraham. And we are all speaking of brotherhood and unity. Why is this division? Why is it such a problem? Why is there so much fear, specifically in the Black community, in the Jewish community? And I'm kind of, this is a leading question, which I want to get to, but why is it such a problem to speak the truth?
I think it's a problem, it became a problem for us because of the propaganda machine. But
Listen to what he just said, y'all. Listen to what he just said about how he reveals the truth between the so-called Black community and the so-called Yiddish community, right? Listen to me, if the real Jews are Black, and you got a whole entire squad of religious converts, it's going to create a problem. So listen to what his response is.
It's more of a problem for them.
Right.
Because they've taken our birthright.
Right. They don't want us to be them.
Not deep in that. They don't want us to be us. They don't want you wrapping your head. They don't want.
Wow.
Nah, they don't. Now because you recognize.
Right.
And now they identified you. Oh man, Nick knows.
Right.
Who he is. And then now the flip side of that, you know who they are.
Right. So let's dive into it. Who are they? When we speak of, because this is where it truly is, and when we talk about the six corporations, when we go as deep as the Rothschild, centralized banking, the 13 families, the bloodlines that control everything, even outside of America. When we talk about the people who, if we were truly the children of Israel, and we're defining who the Jewish people are, because I feel like if we actually can understand that construct, then we can see that there is no hate involved. When we talk about the lies, the deceit, how the fake dollar controls all of this, then maybe we can get to the reason why they wanted to silence you, why they want to silence Minister Farrakhan, and they want to throw that we are having hate speech when it's never hate speech, when it's not. You can't be anti-Semitic when we are the Semitic people, when we are the same people that who they want to be. That's our birthright.
That's our birthright.
Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? Do you hear what he just said? Did you hear what he just said, y'all? And this was recorded in 2020, y'all. This was recorded in 2020, y'all. Watch this. I'm going to read something out of the Bible. This is for y'all Christians here that can't figure out whether y'all the real Jews or not. I'm going to read something real quick. Baruch chapter 4. I'm going to read verse 3. Right? This for y'all civil rights Israelites too that want to bring everybody into the soup bowl, into the kitchen, right? It says, "Give not thy honor to another. Give not thy honor to another, nor the things that are profitable unto thee to a strange nation." You hear what the Bible say? So your birthright was taken by your colonizer, right? You had Romans that converted to Christianity. You had Romans that converted to Judaism. You had Romans that converted to Islam. And all of these religions came from black people. Let me make it clear. Let me make it clear for the kids in the back. All of these religions, all of these religions that exist on the earth today came from black people, including Christianity, including Judaism. Guess what? Even including Buddhism. If you look up Buddha, Buddha got an afro and locks, y'all. Even Buddhism came from black people, y'all. You understand? So when we say that the real Jews are black, we're not saying that as rhetoric. That's a fact. That's a fact. And celebrities are saying the same thing. And guess what? They're getting fired. They're getting fired. They're getting mistreated. They say, oh, you full of anger, you full of vitriol. When nah. So guess what? Us teaching this truth is a requirement. Every man, woman, and child that's listening to this podcast right now, it's a requirement for you to reveal who the real Hebrews of the Bible are. All right, let's play on.
So if that's truly our birthright, there's no hate involved.
It's not.
How did this message get so misconstrued?
When we came back to claim it.
Right.
When we woke up and we came back to claim. If you steal my bicycle when we were 6 years old and you riding around here with my bike,
right.
And now I'm 12 and I understand.
I want my bike back.
I want my bike back, man. Now you gonna kick up dust.
Right. Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
And I'm brolic enough to get my bike back.
I know some techniques now. I want my bike back.
Right.
I'm coming to get my bike. You're gonna kick up dust. You might even have enough prowess and cockiness and wherewithal because you've been riding my bike around. You made connections now.
Right.
And convince other people that that's your bike.
Now you got a couple of bikes. You got a whole gang. You got a bike gang, and I'm over here walking.
Walking, right or wrong. So now when I go get my bike back, yeah, you done painted the bike. You done put some new wheels on it. It really don't even look like
it
my
don't
bike.
Look like my bike no
bike.
More. Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So now I'm waking up and I'm like, bro, I need my bike back.
Right.
For real.
Right.
How do you know that's your bike? Simply because there's documents here. There's
paperwork
here.
You hear what he's saying? He's saying, how do you know that it's your bike? Meaning what? How do you know that the real Hebrews are Africans? That the real Hebrews are Americans, blacks, Hispanics, Native Indigenous? How do you know it? And he says, because it's documented. Meaning what? It's in the Bible. It's in the Bible. The very document that they stole from us and try to utilize to brainwash us into Christianity is the very document that's going to be the downfall of their kingdom. Meaning what? Meaning what? Y'all remember when Mr. Putin of Russia, do you remember when he started revealing the archaeological evidence proving the Jews were black? Guess what they did? The same year, the same month, you find out in America that you got a bunch of people going in front of churches and burning Bibles. Listen, it ain't the first time, y'all. These Europeans have always burned the Bible. They either try to put their picture in it to make sure you think that this Bible is about them, or once you read it and understand it, they burn it. They tried to burn it in 1760. Read that. Let me read it to you so you know that history repeats itself. Let's go to First Maccabees. I'm gonna show you out of the Bible, out of the book known as the Apocrypha, right? Where they tried to burn the Bible itself. Listen, let's go to First Maccabees chapter 2. Is it chapter 2 or chapter 3? Let me see. 1 second, y'all. Let me find it. There's a verse right here that talks about how the heathen took the Bible and they laid in pieces the books of the law. Y'all, they laid in pieces the matter of fact, let me read first Maccabees chapter 3, verse 41 first. Listen to this. It says, for verse 48, and laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images. So they tried to take the Bible and paint themselves in it. That's what they tried to do, right? And once they couldn't brainwash the people, what did they do? They rent in pieces the books of the law. They was tearing up the Bible. They was burning it. That's what they was doing, y'all. That's what they would. Watch this, watch this, watch this. Y'all, let's go to First Maccabees chapter 4, and let's read verse. Give me a second, y'all. I gotta find this thing. First Maccabees chapter 4. Let me start at verse 1. It says, then took Gorgias 5,000 footmen and 1,000 of the best horsemen, and removed out of the camp by night, to the end that they might rush in upon the camp with the Jews, and smite them suddenly. And the men of the fortress were his guides. So that's telling you what? You had a Greco-Roman, right, an Edomite named Gorgias, who took 5,000 militant men, right, and 1,000 that were on horses, right, and they went to where our ancestors were, and they were trying to infiltrate our fortress. And the people, you had a bunch of black deserters, traitors, that was being used as guides to lead them to where our camp was. Y'all understand? That's what we're reading here. It says, to the end he might rush in upon the camp of the Israelites and smite them suddenly. And the men of the fortress were his guides. So sometimes it be your own people that are the gatekeepers to Eurocentric delusionalism, right? Right? It be your own, like Malcolm X gave the example, right? You had the house slave and you had the field. You had the house Negro, you had the field Negro. The field Negro wanted to fight against oppression. The field Negro was tired of the BS. But the house Negro was like, we's got it good here. Massa been good to us, right? This is the same thing we're reading here. Watch this. It says, verse 3. This is First Maccabees chapter 4, verse 3. Now when Judas heard thereof, he himself removed, and the valiant man with him, that he might smite the king's army, which was at Emmaus. Meaning what? Our ancestors was never scared. They were never scared, y'all. They weren't fearful at all. You understand? Watch this. It says, verse 4. And while as yet the forces were dispersed from the camp, in the mean season came Gorgias by night into the camp of Judah. So the mean season, that's going into snow. Whenever you read in the Bible about the mean season, that's whenever it's snowing. Okay? It says, Gorgias by night into the camp of Judas, and when he found no man there, he sought them in the mountains, for he said, these fellows flee from us. So they thought that we were scared, right? They went into our territory, into our land, right? And they tried to find us in the camp in the middle of the night, but we weren't there. So guess what happened? It says, but as soon as it was day, Judas showed himself in the plain with 3,000 men, who nevertheless had neither armor nor swords to their minds. And they saw the camp of the heathen, that it was strong and well harnessed, and compassed round about with horsemen, and that these were expert of war. So here it is, you got a bunch of descendants of people that were held captives, right, that are now fighting against the Romans, right, the Greeks and the Romans, the Edomites. And guess what? They didn't have no military strength. They wasn't trained. And now you got a whole entire military force against them. Think of it like this. Imagine you in your own land, an invading army comes into your land, right? And then they try to take over your land with their army, with a navy, with a space force, with an air force, and you got a bunch of farmers and priests. You understand? Trying to fight and resist. That's what we're reading here, y'all. A bunch of farmers and cattle herder and priests fighting against the strongest military that's on the earth at that time. That's what we're reading here. It says, verse 8. Then said Judas to the men that were with him, fear ye not. What does the Bible say? Fear ye not. What does the Bible say? Fear ye not. Meaning what? Don't be scared. That's what we're reading here. Fear ye not their multitude, neither be ye afraid of their assault. Verse 9. Remember how our fathers were delivered in the Red Sea. So he's reminding them back all the way to the time of Exodus. He said, hey, remember when we were slaves in Egypt? Remember when we had to cross the Red Sea and an entire military came against us? Right? Watch this. When Pharaoh pursued them with an army. Verse 10. Now therefore, let us cry unto heaven, if peradventure the Lord will have mercy upon us, and remember the covenant of our fathers, and destroy the army before our face this day. You see that? So, y'all, when it comes to this fight, the spiritual warfare that we're dealing with, we have to fight for the minds of our people. And you can't be afraid. You can't be scared. If you have fear, overcome it. Read your Bible more and more till that fear spirit go away. You understand? Remember what your ancestors did. Remember that you are the people of this Bible. You understand? Watch this. Verse 11. 1 Maccabees chapter 4, verse 11. That so all the heathen may know that there is one who delivers and saves Israel. Then the strangers lifted up their eyes and saw them coming over against them. Wherefore they went out of the camp to battle. But they that were with Judas sounded their trumpets. So they joined battle, and the heathen, being discomfited, fled unto the plain. So they fled into the plain, y'all. Listen to this. Howbeit, all the hindmost of them were slain with the sword, for they pursued them unto Gezerah, that's Gaza, and into the plains of Idumea. Wait a minute. If these wasn't Edomites, why were they running into the plains of Idumea? Because you got some jokers that be like, the Greeks is not Edomites, they Japheth. Why are they running into the plains of Idumea right here? They'll never answer that question. They'll be like, I don't know, because that was their homeland. Smart guy, smart girl, because that was their homeland. That's why Gorgias and the Greeks were running into Idumea, Edom, the land of Edom, and Azotus and Jamnia, so that there were slain of them upon about 3,000 men. This done, Judas returned again with his army from pursuing them. You see that? Y'all see that? And said to the people, be not greedy of the spoils, inasmuch as there is a battle before us, and Gorgias and his army are here by us in the mountain. But stand you now against our enemies, and overcome them. And after this you may boldly take the spoils. As Judas was yet speaking these words, there appeared a part of them looking out of the mountain, who when they perceived that the Israelites had put their host to flight, and were burning the tents, for the smoke that was seen declared what was done. You see that? So we was burning their tents down, y'all. When the Greeks and the Romans and the Edomites came against us and we destroyed them, we were burning their house to the ground. That's why they get scared now in 2025 when they see blacks, Hispanics protesting, because they're like, oh no, we know how these Jews get down. If anything pops off, they're gonna be burning down our buildings. You understand? Watch this, verse 20. Who when they perceived that the Jews had put their host to flight, and were burning the tents, for the smoke that was seen declared what was done. When therefore they perceived these things, they were sore afraid, and seeing also the host of Judah in the plain ready to fight, they fled every one into the land of strangers. They fled every one into the land of strangers. Verse 23. Then Judas returned to the spoil of the tents, where they got much gold and silver and blue silk and purple and of the sea, and great riches. After this, they went home and sung a song of thanksgiving and praised the Lord in heaven because it is good, because his mercy endures forever. Y'all see that? So a bunch of slaves was fighting against their oppressor, and a bunch of slaves spoiled their oppressors, y'all. That's what we're reading here. We're reading this right here to talk about our ancestors fighting against the Greeks, the Romans, the Edomites, and plundering them. That's what we're reading here. In the secret book of the Bible known as the Maccabees, that they wanted to take out of the original Bible, y'all. They wanted to take it out the original Bible, y'all. Y'all understand? But the two, they don't. Once you read this and realize what Professor Griff and what Nick Cannon was talking about, then you see why they want you. They don't want you to know who you are. They don't want you to know that this history is Black history, y'all. You understand? Let's continue playing some more of the episode here of Professor Griff and Nick Cannon's discussion. All right, listen close.
Like
It
my
don't
bike,
look like
but I know
my
that's
bike
my
no
bike.
more. Right.
Your
Now
bike.
you got
I'm gonna get my bike. You're gonna kick up dust. You might even have enough prowess and cockiness and
Right.
wherewithal because you've been riding my bike around. You made connections now
right.
and convince other people that that's your
Now
bike.
you got a couple of bikes. You got a whole gang. You got a
Exactly.
bike gang, and I'm over here walking.
Walk it right or wrong. So now when I go get my bike back, yeah, you done painted the bike. You done put some new wheels on it. It really don't even look like
It
my
don't
bike.
look
But
like
I know
my
that's
bike
my
no
bike.
more. Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So now I'm waking up and I'm like, bro, I need my bike back.
Right.
For real.
Right.
How do you know that's your bike? Simply because there's documents here. There's
Paperwork.
here. There's receipts here. You understand what I'm saying? That's showing and proving that that's my bike, and I'm here to claim it, man.
Right.
You have to give it back. So when you start hearing songs like Michael Jackson, "Hike Me, Kite Me," and blah 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 blah,
Right.
nah, you can't say that.
You can't say that.
When you
That's
hear
hate speech.
Puffy talking about getting paid or getting like the Hebrew,
Right. Right.
You
And they
understand?
want to mute the
They want
Hebrew.
to mute that.
Right. Right.
You understand what I'm
Even
saying?
though we the true Hebrews.
Exactly. So we can't even tell the truth now.
Right.
Not on record, not on television shows, not on YouTube.
Right. And what is and again because and
Then when you start hearing songs like Michael Jackson.
Y'all, listen to what they just said. Listen to what they just said, y'all. You can't make this stuff up. Listen to what he just said, y'all. Y'all, listen to what he just said. I'm gonna rewind it so y'all can play. Let's play this again for the kids in the back.
Hike me, kite me, and blah 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 blah.
Right. Right.
Nah, you can't say that.
You can't say that.
When you
That's
hear
hate speech.
Puffy talking about getting paid or getting like the Hebrew.
Right. Right.
You
And they
understand?
want to mute the Hebrew.
They want to mute that.
Right. Right.
You understand what I'm
Even
saying?
though we the true Hebrews.
Exactly.
He said, even though we y'all, this is Nick Cannon, a celebrity that's making money, saying even though we the true Hebrew. Hello, why your Christian pastor don't know that? I'm sorry, I'm talking too loud on the mic. Why your Christian pastor don't know that, y'all? Why your Christian pastor don't know that, y'all? Y'all, let me rewind it again. This is Nick Cannon. This why he got pulled off the internet, y'all. This why they fired him, y'all. Listen to what he just said. He said black people are the real Hebrews of the Bible, y'all. Listen.
There's
Paperwork.
here. There's receipts here. You understand what I'm saying? That's showing and proving that that's my bike, and I'm here to claim it, man.
Right.
You have to give it back. So when you start hearing songs like Michael Jackson, "Hike Me, Kite Me," and blah 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 blah,
Right. Right.
nah, you can't say that.
You can't say that.
When you
That's
hear
hate speech.
Puffy talking about getting paid or getting like the Hebrew.
Right. Right.
You
And they
understand?
want to mute the Hebrew.
They want to mute that.
Right. Right.
You understand what I'm
Even
saying?
though we the true Hebrews.
Exactly. So we can't even tell the truth now.
Right.
Not on record, not on television shows, not on YouTube.
Right. And what is and again because and you know I talk to my brother Reese Islam about this all the time about certain things to where It's just a lack of understanding.
Wait a minute. He talked to Rizza Islam. Rizza Islam. Y'all know Rizza is in the Nation of Islam, a very prominent person that speaks on social media. He got his own podcast, his own radio show with millions of followers, millions of views, right? He knows that we're the real Hebrews, but this Negro's still in Nation of Islam, y'all. Come on, man. Rizza Islam know that, y'all. I've seen him sit down at table talks with various people in the black community, including an Israelite organization that y'all know that's prominent, that wear purple and gold. You understand? He sat down with Israelites, and he knows we're the real Hebrews, man. But they pushing that Islam garbage, man. You can't make this stuff up.
That's what it is.
Because we're not saying anything hateful, and that's the thing when they want to put that on the minister. Farrakhan was saying when he even the term white devils or just devils in general,
right.
But when he was really speaking about the people who devalue our communities and themselves, and that's really where the word devil comes from,
Right.
and how he's speaking it. But they want to take the sound bites and say this is anti-Semitic, and so how does that occur, and why does that occur? Is that great? Is that spiritual warfare, or is that just truly just us just silencing each other?
That's the psychological, covert, meaning hidden war on the higher infinite power healing our people.
Say that again. Hip hop is
higher infinite power healing our people.
people.
The higher infinite power healing our people.
It's
well,
hip-hop.
if it's higher, then it's going to vibrate
on that
at the
frequency.
higher chakra.
Yeah.
And we're going to connect. Sometimes, you see your homeboy, you up in the club, the music loud, y'all can't talk. You like, you know.
Yeah.
It's
or when it's about to go down, the energy,
exactly.
All right.
Right. So if it's infinite
Yeah.
and it's the power that's in us because of who we are as a people, Elijah Muhammad said we're direct descendants from God himself. When that hit me, I'm like, I got relatives, but I got the big relative. You understand what I'm saying?
Facts.
I'm a descendant, maybe from this tribe, that tribe, and that tribe, because I look a little Ethiopian or Eritrean or Somalian.
Right.
But I'm saying I'm connected to the source.
Right.
But because I'm connected to the source, we have a higher infinite power.
Right.
But we can take this power now to heal our people.
Wow.
You understand what I'm saying? And then delivering it that way, like the COINTELPRO, like those black organizations where they saw the Messiah coming up in the ranks, they says, no, we have to stop that.
J. Edgar Hoover said the most dangerous thing in America is the Negro, and,
That's right.
and when he bringing us together. So I want to touch on something too, where we have this problem within our community, and then obviously even beyond the term God and defining ourselves as God. Why is that such a problem, and why is that so taboo in our community? Because I know you do this as well. You speak about it in your books,
Right.
and even going back to the 5 percenters, the gods and the earths back then.
All right, now I'm gonna drop that because that's the rest on that. If y'all want to hear the rest of the episode, y'all tune to the Forefront Radio on Spotify or iHeartRadio, and just type the Forefront Radio and Nick Cannon, and you'll find that episode. All right. So I'm gonna touch on another one that I got called Celebrities That Are Israelites. Okay, this is an episode that I did in 2020 of September with celebrities that are Israelites. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to the Forefront Radio. If y'all not subscribed, y'all know y'all subscriptions help us in teaching the truth out here in Africa. All right, so make sure you subscribe to the Forefront Radio. All right, so we can keep pushing this truth, y'all. All right. So this is called Celebrities That Are Israelites. We're going to give you all the truth here on the Forefront Radio.
Chosen people, we're going to let them know. We're going to let them know. Right here. Who's the king? We are the Israelites. That's something that you should know. We the prophets and you. They ask us why we shine so bright.
Israelites. We are the Israelites. We will endure this fight. We gonna shine our light. We gonna shine it bright. We will trust in the Lord and the power of His might. We are the Israelites. We are the Israelites.
Somebody must have told them that Israel is taking over. Israel in your city, and we giving you God's orders. See, it's fringed up with that blue on our borders. We're lions in the streets. Once you come in here, it's war. Boost to the ground. They hear us coming. Precepts on deck. They hear that thundering. Shalom, Most High, Christ bless. Now tell me who's the king? You got that right. Put that on anything.
That's something that you should know. We the prophets of the old. That's the why we shine so bright. Tell them we the Israelites. We are the Israelites. We will endure this fight. We gonna shine our light. We gonna shine it bright. We will trust in the Lord and the power of His might. We are the Israelites. We are the Israelites.
Hit the block straight up teaching our people to repent. We tell them who they really are according to the scripts. You're not black, Hispanic, Native Americans. No, you are more than who these devils say that you are. Straight front line of Jacob. Jacob known as Israel. Israel help the light. God said Israelites will be the one that get the kingdom that rules them all. Yeah, united we stand, divided we fall.
Gather ourselves together. Oh, nation of desire. Oh, nation of desire. Yeah, that's something that you should know. We the prophets of the earth. That's the one we shine so bright. Tell them we the Israelites. We are the Israelites. We will endure this fight. We gonna shine our light. We gonna shine it bright. We will trust in the Lord and the power of His might. We are the Israelites. We are the Israelites. Israelites, 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 Israelites. Israelites, Israelites. We are the Israelites.
Deep in sleep, our people slumber. Prophets bring the thunder, won't skip a beat. Like a drummer, wish a demon would. They keep the lumber. The number 144, getting busy. Israel got the antidote. Make us in a dizzy with the scripts they quote. Pastor Silly, he telling jokes. Get up off the rope, start fighting back. Boots on the ground, and shot rack. In the city and town, teaching Christ is black. They losing sleep, insomniac. Wake up, alarm went off. Prophets of God, opposite of soft. All these haters sit around and scoff. Work of the Lord, never be put on pause. Be down for the cause if you wanna go home. Put down your sins, tell them leave you alone. Tie your loose ends and you can see the throne. Then you reap, seeds you sown. And we on the rise. My brothers, God's in disguise. My sisters, daughters of kings, we taking over. They know what it mean. It's time for the rise.
It's time for the rise. You don't believe me, just open your eyes. Gathering up all the flocks, see growing. That water's flowing, part of the drip, it's part of the blessing. I'm good, no stressing. God got me, I'm riding forever. Forever and ever, you know the plan. Got to endure, boots on the ground, that gospel on tour. Kicking it raw, I know it get hard. They hate when you right, I'm still in the light. Shout out the leadership doing it right. All of my haters, I tell them good night. I type up a post, I hold up the post. I'm down with the work, we doing the most. I'm seeing the pain, applying the glory. Pray I do it right so Christ come back for me. And my bros hope they coming on with it. All of the saints, you know we got to get it. Growing strong as the clock ticking close. See the truth on approach. Been too long, we've been down at the bottom. Every hood done turned into Gotham. Ain't no Batman, but bet they be robbing and killing and stealing and getting lit. So we out in the ghettos and towns and cities to wake up the remnant. This the life of an Israelite. Keep the laws and the faith of Christ. You can live or die twice. Repent and die, better get your life. It's time for the rise. You don't believe me, just open your eyes. Gathering up all the flocks, see it growing. That water's flowing, part of the drip, it's part of the blessing. I'm good, no stressing. God got me, I'm riding forever. Forever and ever, yeah.
This goes out to those that choose to use disrespectful views on original Jews. The chosen people of God get slandered and abused in the streets and the news by the season that flew. The synagogues and Satan want to keep us confused. That's how we lose. Got the ill street blues. From Chirac to England, me and Common dropping bombs like the baby train. It's been stabbed on the kingdom. We do this for
Children of Israel
Are black people.
are black people. Why is it such a problem to speak the truth?
It became a problem for us because of the propaganda machine. But it's more of a problem for them. They've taken our birthright.
They don't want us to be them.
They don't want us to be us.
Mm.
They don't want you wrapping your head.
Right.
You understand what I'm
Even
saying?
though we are the true Hebrews.
Exactly. So we can't even tell the truth now. Not on record, not on television shows.
If that's truly our birthright, there's no hate involved.
It's not.
How did this message get so misconstrued?
When we came back to claim it. If you steal my bicycle when we were 6 years old, and you riding around the hood with my bike,
Right.
and now I'm 12, and I understand.
I want my bike
I
back.
want my bike back, man.
But they're both influenced by the Hebrew Israelites.
I'm an Israelite, don't call me black no more. That word is only a color, it ain't facts no more.
I don't wear crosses no more. Yahushua's coming back. I ain't scared of losses no more. I see life in that.
Hey, I'm an Israelite, my diamonds Israelite.
Kendrick's cousin Carl Duckworth, known in the Hebrew Israelite community as Carney Ben Israel, is heard discussing that same chapter.
Curse people. Deuteronomy 28 and 28 says, the Lord shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart.
Kendrick was supposedly blown away by this verse during study sessions with his cousin Duckworth. However, Lamar is not a member of the group. Meanwhile, Kodak Black met an Israelite teacher during his last stint in prison. After his release, Black seemingly declared his membership in the organization in an Instagram post donning the Jewish Star of David. Feeling like I'm Kuta Kente, cause we going through slavery still. I can't lie, I'm #Israel, #12 Tribes of Israel. Black and Lamar aren't the first rappers to be down with the Israelites. In 1998, Killer Priest shouted them out on his song One Step.
early natives related to the thrones of David, captured by some patriots, thrown on slave ships.
And a Hebrew Israelite joined Dougie Fresh in his 1988 music video, Keep Rising to the Top.
It out his hand to me and asked me, would I rock the microphone? I just gave him a pound and I said shalom.
And remember Chingy?
I like the way you do that right there, right there. Like the eagles you walk and let down your hair,
That is all changed. He's down with the Israelites too. And in 2013, he made it known with King Judah.
In the kitchen cooking up, trying to bake a pie. I'm reading about my past deception, trying to cremate a lie. Guess I should talk about bottles, girls, the hood, and guns. I've gotten sicker that you son of sin, I'm God.
Excuse my language, but I mean it like that. Like, we don't want no answers. We want change. We want to be treated like we're supposed to be treated, but because now I've educated myself and I understand who I am, biblically, like spiritually, the true Israelite, I'm not sure if change is ever going to come on back.
Y'all know who talking right there? Y'all guess who talking right there? That's a prominent celebrity named Fantasia. So y'all, you just heard both Nick Cannon, Professor Griff, right? A rapper named Chingy, y'all. You understand? A rapper named Kodak Black, a singer named Fantasia. That's already 5 people, y'all. that got prominent, shalom to you, hope you're doing all right, that got prominent money, that got prominent influence, now you don't hear from them no more. Why? Because they're telling the truth that we are the real Hebrews. Y'all understand that? These are celebrities that are Israelites, y'all. Kendrick Lamar, right? Kodak Black, Fantasia, Nick Cannon, Chingy, Professor Griff. My bad, I counted wrong. That's 6 people, y'all. 6 people. You can't make this stuff up. Listen.
That end. So now my thing is I'm pleading that change will come amongst
With us.
It like that. Like
Trying to bake a pie. I'm reading about my past deception. Trying to cremate a lie. Guess I should talk about bottles, girls, the hood, and guns. I've gotten sick of that, you son of sin, I'm God.
excuse my language. But that's I mean it like that. Like we don't want no answers. We want change. We want to be treated like we're supposed to be treated. But because now I've educated myself and I understand who I am biblically, like spiritually, the true Israelite. I'm not sure if change is ever going to come on that end. So now my thing is I'm pleading that change will come amongst
With us.
amongst God's chosen one. I had somebody come up on my page the other day and was like, and I never read my comments, but since all this, so I saw the person say, we are all God's children. And yeah, we are. But he has his 12 tribe, his chosen one. And I know who I am. And that's what.
Do you hear what the sister said? She said, yeah, we all God's children. Yeah. But he does have his 12 tribes, his chosen one. Y'all, you can't make this stuff up. They don't want you to know that you're the real people of the Bible, y'all. They don't want you to know that you're the real Hebrews, y'all. You understand? We're the punchline of they joke, but guess what? God gonna have the last laugh. Yahweh gonna have the last laugh, y'all.
What I was talking about. And so in order to know what I was talking about, you gotta study that to show that stuff. You gotta study. We gotta get in the book. We cannot depend on the law of the land. We cannot depend on the government. We cannot depend on certain things. We gotta depend on the book. What's the book? That's the word. That's the Bible. That's my little 2 cents. And I was like, if we linked up and we stood powerful and strong and got in our book and abided by our Father's laws, not the laws of the world, like man, our Father's laws, then I believe.
Talk about Jews. People, you gotta realize the first Jews were black.
Jews.
Yes.
Not Israelites.
Jews.
Yeah.
The Jews.
Yeah.
The Jews. Jews were black.
Right. Wow. Deep.
And so it's so crazy right now. I be thinking about
and we original man and woman anyway.
That part.
Yeah.
That part.
Yeah.
And when you do your real true research about the Hebrews and the Jews and the Israelites and all that, you find out that they look a lot like us sitting in this room right now.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe somebody stole some of the Jewish religion. Anyway.
That's another one. I can't forget this. What's this lady name? I don't forgot her name. Y'all know her voice. What's her name? She just said it. What is this lady? Okay, this was an interview during the Breakfast Club where this lady came on there, prominent comedian, prominent actress, that said that we are the real Hebrews. Not Fantasia. No, not Fantasia. I think she like Eritrean or something like that. She part Eritrean. What's her name? Sheesh. I just forgot it. Tiffany Haddish. Thank you. There we go. That voice that you just heard was Tiffany Haddish. The voice before that was a bunch of brothers on that Drink Champs TV show. That podcast called Drink Champs. That's what you heard earlier. Now you got Tiffany Haddish saying the same thing. So hold on. So Drink Champs, who's on there? You got Noriega, prominent rapper. I used to listen to him and I used to listen to Noriega, Cameron, right, back in the day, right? So you got Noriega, that's on that Drink Champs TV show. You got Tiffany Haddish. You got Kendrick Lamar, who's getting a lot for the recent debacle going on with the Super Bowl halftime show, right? You got Nick Cannon, Professor Griff, right? You got all of these that know we're the Hebrews, y'all. You can't make this stuff up. Watch this. Listen close.
Let me shut up.
Let's talk about it. We could talk about the 12 tribes of Israel, who was the chosen people. Let's talk. Let's talk about it. We could talk about the original man. We could I'm
So now the audio you hear now is Carmelo Anthony, a famous basketball player who's doing a live stream on Instagram Live where he's talking about the 12 tribes, y'all. Do you hear? Do you hear this? Do you hear this, y'all? So we're not making it up when we say we're the real people of the book. The Forefront Radio has been saying this over and over and over, and I'm going to keep saying it till it makes sense. Till we reach millions of people, I'm going to keep saying this thing at the top of my lungs. The Jews are black. You the real people of the Bible. Moreno, Negro, all of y'all. Y'all are the ones that's the real people of the Bible. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you are God's chosen people. Don't take this truth for granted, y'all. Don't take it for granted. Listen close. Oh, here we go. Now the computer not computing. What's going on here? Can y'all hear the audio? Something just happened where my audio's not playing now. You can't make this stuff up, y'all. You can't make this stuff up. How all of a sudden we talk about this topic and the computer's audio is not playing, y'all? I can't hear it. Can y'all hear it? Wow. Hold on a second. Press pause. I'm pressing pause. It ain't the. Dang, y'all. Hold on a second, y'all. That's crazy. How is this? I'm looking at it play, but the audio ain't coming through. This is crazy. Spiritual warfare. Dang. This is crazy. You can't make this stuff up. Yo. I could play music, no problem. As soon as I play celebrities saying that we the real Hebrews, now it's a problem. You can't make this stuff up. Let me play it again.
Commandments.
Here we
it's
go.
160 laws that we got to keep as a people. Eat right, treat your brother right. We chosen people. We got to wake
up. Talk to him. Talk to him. Talk to him.
We all got to wake up. We all got to wake up. And if who that have an ear, let them hear. That's what it say. Who that have an ear, let them hear. We chosen people. We got to wake up. The ignorance, everything that go on in this world, it come out the strength of us. We broke the first covenant. Our people did. But we also got to be the people that bring it back. I want everybody that is more than 10 commandments. It's 160 laws that we got to keep as a people. Eat right, treat your brother right.
Talk to him.
Brother right, and you fight the enemy with how the enemy fights you. The book is our book. The King James Version Bible is our history.
1000%. Talk to us. Talk to us. I love it. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
Puerto Rican, whether you Colombian, the meek shall inherit the earth.
Let's go. Talk to him. Talk to him.
The meek will inherit the earth.
Talk to him.
And it ain't over. This ain't over. This little pandemic, the killings, it been happening.
Hey, listen here, man. Listen here, man. Listen here. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I don't want to cut you off, but you spit true knowledge right now. And a lot of people don't want to hear this type of shit right here. But these are the conversations. I'm actually excited to talk to you right now. At the end of the day, I don't know you. I don't know you from Adam to Eve. I chose you out of a random 1,700 people. At the end of the day, but what I'm gonna say is a lot of people don't want to have those type of conversations, and those are the conversations we need to have. Again, I said it on my last week that we all won. Dominicans, Jamaicans, Puerto Ricans, we all won. It was just a different stop that we had on the boat. My stop and my people's stop was in Puerto Rico. Somebody else's stop was in DR. Somebody else's stop was in Jamaica. At the end of the day, we don't want to have these conversations. This is the curriculum that needs to be in the school system. You know why they don't want to hear it? Because they uncomfortable talking about it. At the end of the day.
They gave us the school system. They gave us the school system. Your parent will go to jail if you don't go to school up until 17. You can get truancy. They gave us the school. They gave us the school system so they can program us. So they can program us as a young child. Because when you a child, you go to school at K5.
Absolutely.
K5.
They want to. They look. They put us on. Listen. They got television and television. At the end of the day, they don't want to get. They don't want to get to all of that. Let's go.
They don't want to talk, but I'm here to talk, bro. I got 3 girls. I got 3 little girls, and I can't let them fall victim. And we gotta walk right. We gotta show, because Israel. It's a circle, man. It's one
cycle
circle.
of life. It's called a cipher in my lessons. It's called a cipher.
I got people from up top, from Yonkers. They Dominican. They family think we look like people that look like. That's how I know the boat ain't do nothing but stop in different places.
Listen.
Everybody benefited off slavery.
It's a systematic prison at the end of the day. We already know what it is. It's 360 degrees. 120 of knowledge, 120 of understanding, 120 of wisdom, which equals the whole 60. I don't really want to get. I don't want to get into all. We gotta wake up.
Griff say his chosen people perish from a lack of knowledge.
Absolutely.
You gotta pick up a book and read, and don't be afraid to speak to different people and talk, because you can catch a vibe. If the vibe ain't good, then leave it alone.
Absolutely. I wake up every day, turn my TV on, and I see I'm looking for justice at the end of the day. Guess what I see? I see just us at the end of the day. That's what I see.
Hey,
this is the mindset that they don't want to hear this type of talk.
No. I tell people all the time, and I heard you said somebody said you need to go ahead and get a ship, and you said if it ain't easy, you a real one. That's why you ain't got one, baby. That's why you ain't got one. You's a real one.
You know why? Because my education goes way back. My education goes back. It's we talking 16, 19. We talking about shit that we really need to. We really need to be educated on, and we can't. My thing is, we can't have these type of conversations because it's uncomfortable. But also, we gotta be able to. We gotta want to go back to that time. We can't go back to the time that they tell us to go back to. At the end of the day, we got to go back to that time. We got to go back, and I'm honestly, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, bro. It's real talking to somebody who's able to have this enlightening conversation, who understand what we're talking about. I'm just here trying to educate the people. At the end of the day, if you really want to get into it, we get into it. Build is build. At the end of the day. So we're going to talk that talk, and we're going to continue to build and do what we got to do. So for everybody...
Why now? Well, it could be because of the bleakness of our present time. Police brutality, an unstable political system, and global warming are pushing many to seek solace in alternative movements. The Israelites are apolitical and don't believe activism will solve their problems. The only way, they believe, is to follow God and return to their Hebrew heritage. And this is all something that Kendrick Lamar has been keenly aware of.
I feel like it ain't no tomorrow. Fuck the world. The world is ended. I'm done pretending, and fuck you if you get offended.
Yeah. We are the flock. 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 Ezekiel 34. We are the flock.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all for listening to the Forefront Radio. Y'all can tune out to the rest of this music, and then we'll end the live in a little bit, y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed the content that we covered today, y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed the music. I pray the Most High bless you and cause His face.
Yeah. The Most High is healing. I'm repenting. Bang bang. Bang, 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 bang.
Now you ain't think we was right when we told you repent, keep his laws and endure it, be strong in the Lord and the power of his might. In the power of his might. Repent and give up the ghost. 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 Whether they hear or forbear, I cry a lot and don't spell. And I don't trim my waist when I cut them up. I tell you the truth cause I care. Repent, the kingdom's at hand. You better do what he commands. The most high God is in plan. Neither is the son of man. Eyes fire red, no cyclops. But he gon' X me and no cyclops. Eyes fire red, no eye drops. He made me a watchman.